G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been back on the coast, so I figured that about time we'd catch up on what's been happening in the world of intrepid souls. So if you're new to the channel, we've just gotten back from doing 7 weeks of touring around the outback. We had one of our bucket list items that we wanted to tick off, and that was seeing Lake Eyre with plenty of water in it, and we did that. Absolutely amazing. We also did stretches of the Oodnadatta and Strzelecki track. Did plenty of 4-wheel drive and took in the Northern Flinders Ranges. Did quite the adventure to Cameron Corner and spent a good week just chilling down on the shores of the Menindee Lakes. And we did a small stretch of the Darling River Run as well. But we've come back to the Hunter region now. If you've been following us, you'll know that we've got a bit of family in the area. Also, Vicky wanted to do some work before Christmas. She's doing 4 weeks work out at Muswellbrook Hospital. The beautiful thing about it, for me anyway, is that she's got accommodation, so it doesn't mean I've got to hang around Muswellbrook the whole time, and I've taken full advantage of that, and I'm getting away and just touring around in the caravan a little bit on my own. Now, I know what you're saying, why aren't you working? Well, we've got a dog, someone's got to look after Boof, and that's what I'm doing. I'm on doggy daycare at the moment. But I'm also in charge of getting the caravan sorted. It took quite a beating over the past 7 weeks out in the outback, so my job is to get those repairs done and do a bit of work on it, as you'll see through the episode. And I know what else you're saying. Hey mate, what happened to the beard? Well, I usually get rid of it come summertime, and I had one of my old schoolmates mention to me, loving the videos, Zacko, but hey, you're looking a bit old, mate. So considering I'm the youngest one of all the schoolmates, I figured I'll shave the beard off, take a few years off me, and I'll be nice and cool for the summertime. So while Vicky's been working at Muswellbrook Hospital, I've just been staying in a free camp at Maitland. I've got a sister who lives in Maitland, so I've been visiting my sisters, plus catching up with my mum, and been doing plenty of work on the caravan. So Vicky's a couple of weeks into her 4-week contract now, and I've taken advantage this week to be able to offload Boof to my mother-in-law. And my mother-in-law absolutely loves the dog, so thank you, Norma, for taking care of him. And I've ventured up the mid-north coast to one of my old favourite camping spots that I've been coming to for 30 years, Treachery Beach Camp. Treachery Beach Camp is located in the tiny little town of Seal Rocks on the mid-north coast, about 40 k's south of Foster. I've been coming here for over 30 years, and dead set, it's barely changed. A Treachery campground is one of those rare campgrounds where it's actually just free form here, so any bit of space that you find, you can camp on. There's no designated areas. You just pull up, find a space, and you set up camp. It's been like that ever since I've been coming here, and it works well. Now, up until this time though, I've always been in a tent or just in the back of my car. I've never had to bring a caravan in here, and it's actually pretty tight to get a van down the main track and into the main camping area. Now, we've only got a 17'6" caravan, and there was a couple of places there where the turns were pretty tight, and I had to do a bit of reversing and a bit of manoeuvring. So if you've got anything a bit bigger than that, it would be pretty hard to manoeuvre your caravan around and get it into a decent spot. It really is set up more for people who are camping in tents, or they've got a rooftop tent on their car, or just a small camper trailer. But the facilities are excellent. You got flushing toilets, hot showers, and a pretty awesome camp kitchen. It's only a couple of 100 metres walk over the sand dunes down to one of the most beautiful beaches that you'll find anywhere on the mid-north coast. But before we get into anything more about Treachery Campground and the beach, let's show you what we've been up to for the past couple of weeks. Right, so if you've been keeping up to date with us, you'll know that our front door on the caravan was pretty buggered up on the, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks of rigorous torture on the dirt outback roads that we've been on. Yeah, so it all sort of got a bit bent in down the bottom here on the corners. It's even got a bit of a dent there. Dent in right up the top here as well. And even to the extent where the actual door handle completely snapped off, and it's just been precariously hanging in there, or we've been putting the placing it back in there as it falls out quite often when we regularly use it. So yeah, we've had no choice. We've had to purchase a new door from Caravan. It's finally turned up. So yeah, not cheap. About I think close to $1,500 with shipping and stuff. But yeah, going to attempt to put it on today, and hopefully we'll be back running nice and smoothly again with a nice new door on. It's been a real nuisance, particularly out on those dirt roads, just because the Caravan's been getting so full of dirt when we've been driving along, and I've actually had to have used a tie strap around the door handle here, or around this little handle here, just to sort of tie it all in each time we drive the Caravan anywhere, really. Yeah, so we'll have that all fixed up once we get the new door on. Yeah, so I've got to say, prying the door away from the gap was not easy at all. A lot of silicone in there, so yeah, you really got to bide your time and get in it and just scrape it away as best as you can before it'll come away. So I'd say that's taken possibly a good sort of hour and a half to be able to pry that door away. But she's at least she's open now. We've got to scrape off all this excess silicone and Sikaflex, make that nice and clean before we put the next door in. Alright, so yeah, I've moved as much of that silicone or Sikaflex adhesive glue as I can off the door, as you can see. So yeah, it's just a matter of fitting it. Yeah, I'm going to pull the door out of the box and yeah, we'll just fit it to the frame first, just make sure that it all fits in nicely before we apply the adhesive glue. Right, so now we've just got to apply some adhesive to the door frame. That way it's going to stick to the Caravan. I've just got some Sikaflex 252 high strength structural adhesive sealant. Says it's pretty good for vehicles, so yeah, it should do the job. And this is the door frame here that we're going to apply it to all the way around. Yeah, then we'll stick it in and hopefully everything's good. Alright, so we've got a fully functioning door again. Yeah, it's come out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, considering I've never really done anything like this before. Thankfully, obviously, it's already cut in, you just have to replace it. But, you know, you still got to get things to line up properly. So, yeah, she opens nicely. Looks good on the inside. The only thing that I've had a slight issue with is with the locking stitches here on the insides of the door. I think I probably needed some packers to pack out the inside of it, so all I've done is just for now I'm going to go and get some 1 or 2 mil packers for the inside of the stitches here. Got a couple of screws here, they just screw out, and all I've done at the present time is just used a bit of cardboard from the cardboard box that was that the door came in, and now it's fully locking, won't open or anything like that. So yeah, just give it a nice little push in, and there you go. As you can see, nothing can get that open. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with that, eh? Considering where I'm doing it. Got a limited tool kit as well, but it is a beauty. I got this from Repco. This is a Mech Pro 120 piece tool kit, and so far, like, you know, in the first 3 months that we've been traveling around, I've had to use this quite a bit, and it really has had pretty much every tool that I've needed. Could have done with a couple of clamps today, that was all. But other than that, this little Mech Pro toolkit from Repco has been an absolute gem for me on the trip. And yeah, she's all looking pretty good now. And I'm just stoked to have a fully functioning door where the door handle's not going to fall off. And once we hit some dirt roads again, we shouldn't get as much dust in there. So yes, absolutely stoked. So if you have been following us, you'll know that we are just cruising around in a single axle caravan, 17'6" long. So yeah, space is a little bit tight in here, and we don't have a lot of storage room. And you know, for the whole time that we've been traveling around for the past 3 months, I've been looking underneath this bed area and just going, why is there all this space underneath here? So what I've decided to do is build an extra compartment coming off the end of the bed. Now it still sits completely underneath the bed, but it just gives us another whole heap of space here. I've seen people, they hang baskets off there and things like that, but we wanted something that was a little bit more compact. And yeah, I think it's come up really well. Just it's only sort of 600 long by 300 deep, and yeah, we'll be able to just store a few extra things in there, like, you know, blankets or some shoes. So one of the other little issues we've had for the past 3 months is with our iCheck tyre pressure monitoring system. Now the tyres on the Caravan, after about 15 minutes of driving, they don't register on the monitor inside the car anymore, so we can't keep an eye on how those pressures are going in the Caravan. What they recommend that you do is get a signal booster, and you need a bit of 12-volt power for that signal booster, and they say that you should locate it sort of halfway between where the monitor is and where your tyres are. So we've just done that using the batteries in the Caravan, and there you can see the signal booster on the wall over here. So hopefully that fixes the issue. I haven't tested it out yet, but over the next couple of days, once I start driving again, I will see how it goes. So I've had to replace plenty of the doorknobs on the doors as well, particularly the ones that are down low like this one here. I don't know, it's like when the dust gets into them, the locking mechanism doesn't work properly. So you can see how the mechanism slides in and out when you push the knob. So that has been faltering on a number of them, and you can even see with this one just here, it's a little bit hard to get in, and yeah, just getting a little bit caught up and stuck, and that's been happening to a number of them. So we had to purchase some new doorknobs from eBay. It's about 25 bucks for 5 of them, but yeah, it's going to be a bit annoying if that keeps happening anytime we go out to the dirt. So although we've had to make a fair few repairs to the Caravan, the one thing that has not let us down is the lithium and solar setup that we've got, which is one of the main reasons we bought the Caravan. 560 amps of battery, 740 watt of solar on the roof, and we've been off grid now, I reckon, 2 months. 2 months we have not plugged in, and in that time, yep, we've been using the microwave, we've been running the air fryer, occasionally we've even used the air conditioner, we've been running our Starlink, and you know, the batteries have not let us down. It's been incredible. So yeah, if you are definitely looking at doing a lot of off-grid camping, make sure that you've got a really good lithium and solar setup. But bear in mind, if you're traveling around Australia, you're not here to sit inside your Caravan, are you? You're out there exploring. So when you're not in the Caravan and you don't need to use much power, do what we do. Just set it on the charger only, and that way you're only using the bare minimum amount of power off your batteries. bloody beautiful. Treachery Beach, guys. So great for surfing, great for fishing, and as you can see, there's barely a soul around. It is a Friday afternoon. It will get a bit busier for the weekend, but midweek you'd be lucky to find another soul around here. But one thing to bear in mind though, it is a fairly treacherous beach for swimming at. So no lifesavers around or lifeguards, so bear that in mind, particularly if you're bringing kids down here. It is quite notorious for rips and gutters, and yeah, you just got to be extra careful. So Josh and Primrose, who are watching all the way back over there in Ipswich, England, when your old man brings you out here to see me, we'll make sure we take you to a nice safe beach. So this is about halfway down Treachery Beach. As you can see, there's not a soul around, eh? It's like this pretty much all year round, maybe a little bit busier in the summer. Far end here of Treachery, you'll barely find us another soul. Swing around though. The far end here though, this is the northern end, that's where the campground is located, so it gets a bit busier up that way, but most people aren't really willing to walk down the far end or the southern end of the beach, so yeah, man, you get it to yourself. It's pretty bloody cool. And look at the water, it's just bloody beautiful. It's just truly one of those special spots here on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. So on the southern side of Treachery Beach, you've got Yagan, and Yagan is another camping area, but it's located inside the Mile Lakes National Park. So you can camp down here, and if you want to camp here, I think it's about $17 a night plus the $8 entry fee for the vehicle. And there used to be beach entrance down here, so I haven't been down this way in a long time, so I'm going to go and check it out. Oh, Parenti. But yeah, we'll give it a shot. So it doesn't look like there's actually a track down to Yagan Beach anymore. You know, national parks have cut off a lot of things around this area, but this is the viewing platform for the beach out here. You come out here to check out the surf. The island's right down the very far distance down there. They're the islands that are off Hawk's Nest, so that beach just runs for kilometres and kilometres, eh? Beautiful spot though. The whole area is just magnificent, really. Treachery's just the better surfing beach, so that's why a lot of people will opt to camp there, but Yagan itself, it's just lush in the bush, and the only thing is, being national park, you can't have a little campfire or anything like that, and you can't bring dogs, but it's still just magnificent around here. Yeah, so this morning I'm just going to head down to Lighthouse Beach. It's the beach that's beside Treachery. You can go take your four-wheel drive down there, so I'm going to go and check it out. Haven't taken the Ranger on the beach before, so yeah, looking forward to getting into some four-wheel drive action and giving it a go on the sand. Yeah, so just pulled up just before I go down the track onto the beach. Going to deflate the tyres. I've got the iCheck TPMS tyre deflators. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go about 15 in the front, 18 in the back. I think that's pretty standard for going on the sand and the beach. Yeah, so we'll do the prep. Right guys, just when I didn't think anything could get any worse, this just happened. Yeah, I just got off the phone from the NRMA. They're sending someone out. I'm going to need just a tow truck to basically tow me to safety first. So there's the Caravan on its way. We're just taking it now to a repair place. Anyway, things could have been a hell of a lot worse. I'm safe. I didn't hurt anyone.